Oh my gosh, man. This guy's royalty for me.
Yeah, there we go, bro.
How are you doing?
Doing good.
So good to see you. Guys, I owe this man a debt of gratitude. So I have followers on YouTube, but on Twitch, I could not be any smaller. And this guy comes in. He's really good at games, by the way, so don't let him fool you. He's definitely not just roofing all day.
Yeah.
And is such a positive part of the community. Dude, thank you for saying hi, man. And
Yeah,
thank you
absolutely.
for being a part of it.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. So we have a startup company. We've been in business for about 2 years. And I wanted to know, what approach do you recommend for identifying the key actions or details that will truly move the needle to accelerate the growth? I'm wearing all the hats in the business right now. And so, I'm trying to delegate as much possible, but what helps you identify what you should be doing to move the needle?
All right, so this is why I always teach people the way to solve novel problems instead of going into specific tactics, because this is going to be specific to your business, the talent that you have in-house. So this is going to start with, what's your goal? KYG.
Yeah.
What is it?
My goal to end all is to get my mom in a better place.
Okay, so that's already super vague, right?
Yeah.
So if we say we want to get mom a house that costs $500,000 in this neighborhood by this date,
Sure.
Through my business of roofing, whatever, right? Now it's like, okay, cool, I get it. Then my next question is going to be, why won't that happen automatically? Which is a really powerful question. When you ask yourself, why won't this thing happen automatically? You'll suddenly be like, well, it won't happen automatically because we don't have enough sales. Oh, word? Why don't you have enough sales? Well, I'd have more sales if there were more hours in the day, or I had more salespeople. Why don't I have more salespeople? Well, I can't afford more salespeople. Okay, well, could you pay somebody exorbitant amounts of commission to get them in? But you're just gonna, if we were gonna really workshop this, that's what we would do. We'd just be rocking through the 6 steps of the physics of progress, identifying why this won't happen automatically. And so there might be 10 things. Okay, well, now we know. So it's like, here are the 10 things. And one of them might be, and this is always the scary one of the answers might be that the business just isn't capable of kicking off enough capital for me to buy my mom the house of that quality. So now we've got options. Do we reduce the size of the gift to mom to something that we think we can get to? And it's like, I want a down payment, and then I just need the down payment and enough to rent a place, or I want to rent a place for my mom for the next 3 years. What would that cost? You can cycle through all these different ways to figure out how you really get to the thing you want to get to. But ultimately, that's going to be like the mission up top. We're going to have to break that down into KPIs. Guys, I'll look at my employees sometimes and I'll just be so annoyed because I'll know they're talking about tactics and they're not talking about their KPIs. So you want to know, what are the key performance indicators? So how does your business generate revenue? What's your number one stream of revenue?
We generate commercial roofing inspections for roofers, so by generating or partnering up with roofers.
Okay, so you actually make money when they go out and get a contract to do an inspection.
Correct.
Okay, cool. So now the question I'm going to ask is, what would have to be true for me to make 10 times the amount that I'm making now in 6 months? Now, the reason that I'll ask that question, this goes back to Peter Thiel. So Peter Thiel wrote a book called 0 to 1, absolutely brilliant, about if you really want to succeed in life, go from a thing that people wish existed but doesn't to now it exists. Okay, that's how you get a 0 to 1. So imagine for a second, I'm going to make this up, it's going to melt your face a little bit, but it's very important to think like this. So Peter Thiel would say, okay, take your 10-year plan and ask yourself, how do I do it in the next 6 months? The reason that you're asking yourself that isn't necessarily because you think it's ever going to be possible. It might actually violate the laws of physics in some way, but it gets you to think in a radically different way, because most people are thinking linearly. So all of their things like, how do we make this 20% better, 30% better? But the reality is, it's not going to get you where you want to go. Where you really want to be is at 10x, 100x. We want exponential growth, which is going to require something fundamentally different. So